former executives, including Meg Whitman of eBay fame, in the political ring this year, something Donald Trump has been considering himself, but maybe going a little higher. The Trump Organization CEO joining me now on the phone. Donald, good to have you. Can you hear me, Donald? Okay, we might have lost him. You are good. Can you hear me, Donald?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. CEOs could be having a rough night of it tonight, depending on the polls, and they could change, Donald. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that, you're going to have a tremendous night. This is going to be an amazing night for watching television, first of all. This is probably going to be unprecedented, what's going to happen. I think some of the CEOs could have a hard time. It's looking like Meg Whitman's in trouble. Maybe Carly Fiorina's in trouble. We'll see what happens. But, 4 or 5 points does not an election make, and we'll see what happens.
Are you ever concerned? I mean, in Meg Whitman's case, it always comes down, wow, she spent so much money on this race. I think it could end up being close to $180, $190 million. She's a billionaire. It's her money. Yet when you're a business person, largely unknown to the general public, you have to spend dearly for name recognition. Michael Bloomberg tried it in New York. Difference is Michael Bloomberg got elected and is generally well regarded. Meg Whitman might not get that chance. Way too early to tell. But what works here with business types?
Well, you never know what works. You never know what the chemistry is. Somebody spends money like Michael Bloomberg, who people like and has done a great job as mayor, and he gets elected, and somebody else spends a tremendous amount of money and doesn't get elected because maybe they have the money but they don't have the right chemistry for the voting public. And that happens. And the Whitman case, I've heard, and I have a lot of property in California, but I'm not there that often. But I hear the ads were really, really, just over and over and over again. And, sometimes you can have too much advertising. And maybe that's what happened, but we really have to see.
You're right. We do have to see. We don't know. And the momentum lately has been in her favor. Ditto Carly Fiorina. We just don't know. But this comes back to a question that's always been raised about you, and you and I have chatted about it. You poll in some tracking surveys very well if you were to run for president yourself, something that you dabble with a few years back, and now it's coming up again. Are you serious, or would you look at these business types and how they do, and if they don't do well, you'll pull back?
Well, I do poll well, and I guess I poll well, as you know, because I'm such a nice person. And and I also tell it
well, the Chinese and OPEC might beg to differ.
Yeah, the Chinese, I don't really care what they think. That's the difference. I think our politicians are more concerned with China than they are with the Americans. So that's one of the problems that we have. And they're more concerned with how they're viewed by OPEC than they are with how they're viewed by people in Iowa. And that's possibly the problem that this country has, because somebody asked me a little while ago, what's the biggest problem? Jobs. Well, how do you get jobs back? I said, take them away from China, because right now China is taking all of our jobs, and we're rebuilding China. So, somebody ought to say it. It's amazing. With all of the races that I watch, I don't hear people talking about it. You can't create jobs if China and other countries are creating all of our product and making all of our product. We just don't make things anymore.
Well, that's a good campaign platform, don't you think?
Well, it's not a question of a campaign. I wish somebody would take that.
Nobody is.
Because I'm very happy.
Nobody is. Nobody is.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So maybe you're the guy. Maybe you're the guy.
Neil, they keep talking about jobs. The jobs are in China. The jobs are in Mexico. Newton, Iowa. Maytag. They closed practically the whole town. They moved to Mexico. They moved the jobs. Most of the jobs, it was on 60 Minutes this weekend, most of the jobs moved to Mexico, and now Newton, Iowa is in big, big trouble. It's disgraceful. And nobody says it. It's incredible. But Maytag moved most of their jobs to Mexico. And by the way, they got incentive from our country to do it. Now, you figure that one out.
That one is weird. Donald Trump, we'll be watching closely. Thank you, sir.
Have a good time.
Donald Trump.